Hello everybody, welcome to your Tuesday lesson number 2. It's the second one, lesson number 2. Nice to see you all. If you are, or nice to pretend to see you all, I should say. If you are following the class schedule like we normally do, today for you would be June 13th. Lucky number 13. So we're on our second week here. On the 13th, where am I now? I'm in Prague. I'm on my way to Prague, or I'm already there in Prague. So, exciting. So you could think about, where's Amanda right now? She's in Prague, but she looks like she's at home here in her basement, in her office. Yes. I am making these ahead of time, so I'm just pretending to say hello and pretending I'm here, and I probably miss you guys, even though I'm having fun in my trip. So, I'm really glad that you're joining in, though, and that you're doing these videos and you're doing these lessons, because I didn't want to bail on you guys. I wanted you to have something good to do. So I'm hoping that all this, the work I put into these are still helpful for you. You know, I want to make sure that even though I'm not there, you can still get your lessons in, still get your assignments done, and get some stuff accomplished in the month of June before you go on your big summer break. So let's talk about last class. So our last class here, we learned about what National Indigenous Peoples Day is in June, and we explored a little bit about its history. We read some stuff that was written about it. We checked out the timeline of how it developed, and in those documents, right, you can see the source where I found them. You can click on that website and kind of explore it if you want some more information. But that's for last time. This time, today, we are going to talk a little bit more about the National Indigenous Peoples Day activities. So what kind of things we do to celebrate, and a little bit more about the purpose of it. We will also be interpreting a schedule of Indigenous Peoples Day events. So that will be our document use assignment. We're also going to do an oral communications assignment today because I have some videos for you to watch. So I'm going to get you to write down some questions about the video and then watch it and then write down what you learned about it. So we got 2 assignments in one today. Big day for everybody. Okay, so the first thing I have for you is the video link. So I have sent you a YouTube video link. The link is here on your notes and instructions page, so you can access that and click on the link, and it'll take you to a video titled "A Time to Commemorate National Indigenous History Month 2021." So this is going to talk a little bit about the purpose and activities. So make sure you can understand the main ideas in this. So that's the most important thing. Even if you can't understand every word, if the video, I believe it does have subtitles, but if it doesn't, try and take your time. You can stop and start, go back and forth, and just make sure you understand the main ideas. This is not the video that we're going to be doing questions on. This is just kind of a warm-up to get us started, to give us some information about it all. So you don't have to write down any questions now, unless you really want to, if you want to really make sure you understand it. But yeah, so just watch it. So I've sent that to you. I'm going to give you time now to watch it, make sure you understand it, the main ideas. And so that's step 2. So now go do step 2 and then come back and start the video again. So we pause. I tried to make the same face as we paused on. So yes, we are back. So you should have watched that video. I got a little bit more information about National Indigenous History Month in 2021. So that was 2 years ago now. So now we're going to be looking at the calendar it's titled the Calendar of Aboriginal Events. We still, reminder, we like to say Indigenous instead of Aboriginal. These documents are just a little bit old, so the titles aren't exactly what we'd like them to be, but it's still useful for reading practice, and that's what we're focused on. So you're going to take out this is the document. Like I said, I believe it's titled Calendar of Aboriginal Events, or I named it Calendar of Indigenous Events. I might have changed the title when I sent it to you, so that should be in your email or in your package. That's this one. Yes, you also need, at the same time that you have this page, and there's 2 pages to this, okay, you have this first page, and you have this page as well. So you want to get both of those out. You can already tell, document use assignment. This is where we're going to practice our understanding our charts and grids, finding information in something big like this. So you need that. You also need, of course, your questions about it. So I have typed out the questions that you're going to answer about the calendar here. So you've got 6 questions. Yes, 6 questions. So it's just 1 page of questions there. So this is another document use assignment where you're going to read the calendar, and instead of doing a close read, we're going to use those scanning strategies again, where we're going to make sure we understand the questions and what the question is asking us to find, if it's a number, if it's a province, if it's the name of an event, if it's a month or a date. We're going to make sure we know what the question is asking us, and then we're going to go through and find the right phrases, find the right words so that we know we have the right information. So let me just go over the questions with you here. What 6 provinces have events listed on this calendar? So you know you need 6 answers, and they all have to be provinces. Okay. For number 2, which province has the most events listed in June? Again, which province? You're looking for a province, and you're looking for one with the most events for the month of June. Number 3, what day of the week is National Aboriginal Day in 2011? It should be was National Aboriginal Day in 2011, but again, outdated. That's okay. We make do, right? So this one we're looking for a day of the week. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, at a day of the week. Number 4, you have to work on the actual National Aboriginal Day, but you are free on the weekend. What is your option for a National Aboriginal Day event in Alberta? So if you were in Alberta, right, so now we know, okay, we need to look for the month of Alberta somewhere on this chart and what events are happening in Alberta according to this chart, right? So you're looking for an event, you have to make sure it's taking place in Alberta. Number 5, on which day of the week is this event being held? So again, we're looking at another day of the week, and by this event, it's referring to the event from the previous question. So it just confirms that you're looking for an event. So whatever the answer to that one is, you need it in order to find out what day it's on for number 5. Last question, number 6, is how did you find the day of the week for the event? 2. Use the calendar. Oh, that's a typo. Sorry, guys. I've got to cut that out of there. And number 6 there, it says at the end, it says 2, use the calendar of Aboriginal events to answer the following questions. Just on your paper, I will white that out, so on your hard copies it won't be there, but on your digital copies you'll probably see that. Just use your paper copy or just cross that out. So after the question mark in number 6, where it says 2, use blah blah blah, cross that part out. It's just a typo. It just copied and pasted in the wrong spot, so it's not supposed to be there. Just the question itself should be, how did you find the day of the week for the event? So this one, you have to explain which strategy you used. Where did you look first? What was your step 1, step 2, step 3? So if you were to teach somebody else how to find the day of the week of the event in Alberta, how would you teach them? So write down what you would say to them, what steps you would follow. So that's a little bit more involved. You have to kind of use your noodle for that one, your brain. Use your noodle for that one, and yeah, it's interesting. It helps show you really understand it if you can teach how to do it to somebody else. So it's kind of like your document use test. No pressure. So that is your task. You have the calendar, you have the questions about the calendar, so now I want you to go and work on that. So get that done, and when you come back, we will talk together about the video. So this is your first assignment of the day. So I'm supposed to say, now go do step 4. So now go do step 4, and then come back. See you soon. Alright, so everyone is probably finished your questions by now about the calendar of events. And again, if you have any struggles with this assignment at all, if there's any words you just can't find or questions you just can't figure out, you have resources, right? You have Debbie to talk to. You could go to Irma's classes. I'm sure Nalini would be able to answer some as well, but I don't, she's a math teacher. She's not her job, but she absolutely, I'm sure, would be very happy to help. And you also have each other. So don't forget, I had mentioned before that the library is open to SEAL students. Even though I'm gone and my classes aren't there, you should be able to go into that room and use our classroom in person. So that's a great way to, it's a great opportunity to help each other. Because if a bunch of you go at once and you're there together, you can help each other with the assignment, So that's, you as students yourselves, your fellow students are a resource you can use to help you as well. So just keep that in mind. I want to keep reminding you how much help you've got so you don't feel overwhelmed or frustrated with any of this at-home, do-it-yourself work that I've laid out for you. Okay, so you are done with your calendar questions. That is great. So email that to me, please. Check it over. Make sure your answers are the best you could do, and then send them over to me. I will correct them, and that is a complete document use assignment. So good job on that. Next, we are going to talk about our video, our listening assignment, and listening and watching. So we are going to first, now that we've done the article in the last class, we looked at the timeline, we looked at a calendar of events, I want you to write down a question. At least one. You're welcome to write down 2 or 3 or 10, however many questions you have about National Indigenous Day celebrations. So that could be questions about the history, maybe it's questions about the different kinds of events, or who can celebrate, or what kind of food is served, or what kind of costumes are worn, outfits, and whatever kind of questions you have about what it looks like or where it came from. Write at least one of them down. So take a moment, write it down. Okay? So, giving you that time right now. Write it down. Pause the video. Good. Next, after you write that question down, your next thing is going to be to watch a video about it. And again, just like the other one, I have the link here on your notes and instructions page that I gave you. So this is another YouTube video, and it's an episode of a TV show, and oh my gosh, it's so cute. I know that it's a show for kids. The title is It's My Party, Season 2. National Indigenous Peoples Day, full episode. Ooh, I know it's a show for kids, but I feel like it shows some really great aspects of the celebration, And it's super duper cute, and the little girls are so cute in the video. So I'm sure you'll enjoy it like I did to watch it. It's nice and simple too. It shows you stuff. It's a good demonstration of what the experience is like. So I want you to take some time, go watch that video, and if you find the answer to your question that you wrote down, then stop the video and quickly write down what you learned about, to answer your question or questions. So your purpose of watching is to A, just learn more in general, and B, to try and find the answer to your question. So it's kind of like we're doing the scanning strategy, where we have a specific question, we know specific information that we're looking for, and we're just kind of focusing on that. But instead of doing it when we're reading a text, we're doing it when we're watching a video. So it's this exact same idea, but we have to use our listening skills instead of our reading comprehension skills. So I will give you time to go watch that. The video's, I think, 20-ish minutes, maybe 22 minutes. So make sure you have a nice, get a cup of coffee or tea, and you're all wrapped in a blanket and ready to watch a little fun episode of It's My Party, Season 2. So I'll give you time to do that, and when you're finished with the video, come back and watch this video. Continue watching this video. So now go do step 6 and step 7. See you soon. Alright, woohoo! I hope you enjoyed, yahoo! I get too excited. I hope you enjoyed the video and the cuteness there and learned a little bit more. So the next step to this oral communications assignment, right, is taking that question that you asked yourself, that you wrote down before you watched the video, and making sure that you've tried to find the answer as best you can. And I totally I left the floor open to ask whatever questions you want, so your question may not have been answered in that video, and that's okay. So I want you now to ask yourself, was my question from step 6, was it answered in the video? So if yes, your question was answered, then I want you to write down what you learned. Write down the answer you learned. If it brought up more questions for you, you can write that down as well. If you did not get the answer to your question from the video, then just write, no, I didn't learn the answer, but I learned something interesting. And just write down a few interesting things, something that you found especially new or fun or just interesting about the video. So, so either way, even if you didn't get your question answered, you can still show that you watched and understood, and you were looking for that information, but you didn't find it. So you're still writing down a little bit about your thought process so that I can see that you watched and understood the video. Okay? So I'll give you a few minutes to do that, and then when you come back, we'll do the rest. So, this is also I'm supposed to say, now go do step 8. It's not written on your list, but it's time to do step 8. So, enjoy. We are back. So by now, you should have written out a little bit about what you learned from the video you watched, if you had your question answered. And if you did, then please email to me what you wrote. And the more detailed, the more detailed you are, the more you're proving to me that you understood the video. So, if you just wrote, a really simple, quick little answer that's a few words, think about maybe adding a little bit more. So maybe you could add more about something else that interested you from the video, or more questions that came up after watching the video. So the more that you write for your little, your reflection on the video, the more you write there, the more proof you're giving me that you understand. And so it shows the better that you do on the assignment. So of course, the more work you do, the more proof you show the better you do on the assignment. So just a hint to let you know, especially if you're planning to go to a learning center, right? When you're handing in assignments, especially when it's online, if you're doing a distance course or something, it's really important to make sure that your answers are thorough and detailed, because the teacher's not right there with you. The teacher's not talking through your experience with you like I would normally be able to do in class. So you have to write more about your experience to show that, you understand what we just watched or did or read or whatever. So, little side note for you. Okay, so that's it. Once you're finished both of those assignments, email them to me. Don't forget, you can get help from Debbie. You can get help from Irma if you need it. Yeah, that's it. That's it. I hope you enjoyed it. I really enjoyed those videos too, so I hope you're in the same boat with me there. So you've just completed a document use assignment and an oral communications assignment from your stage book. Awesome work, everybody. I will let you go for today, and I will see you in our next Tuesday lesson, or if your next one is Thursday, then I'll see you in the next Thursday lesson. Either way, I'll see you soon, or you'll see me soon, I should say. That's all for Tuesday lesson number 2. Thanks, everybody. Bye.